Okay, today we're going to start the first flipping of Miss McCrory's geometry class. We're going to talk about lines in the coordinate plane. We're going to graph lines and write their equations in slope, intercept, and point slope form. Classify lines as parallel, intersecting, or coinciding. The equation of a line can be written in many different forms. The point slope and slope intercept forms of a line are equivalent. Because the slope of a vertical line is undefined, these forms cannot be used to write the equation of a vertical line. You should have your teaching transparencies out in front of you, students, and you should have the point slope form. It's where you have your slope and one point. Your slope intercept form, where you're given the slope and the y-intercept. The equation of a vertical line will give you the coordinate of the x. The equation of a horizontal line will give you the coordinate of the y. Now we're going to write the equation of each line in the given form. The line with the slope 6 through point 3, -4, and point slope form. Point slope form. In order to use your point slope form, we need to know what slope is, and it is given, and we need to have one point, and it is given. Here's your first coordinate and your y coordinate on that point. Therefore, we can substitute into our point slope form. Now we're going to take a line with 2 points given, and we're going to put it in the slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. We need your slope and we need your y-intercept. All right, well, we can find slope when we're given 2 points by using your slope formula. Here's your first point. Here's your second point. Therefore, the slope is 1. Then to find your y-intercept, we need 1 point, and we can substitute into our slope-intercept form. So my y is 0. My slope is 1, and my x is -1. Simplify. Isolate your variable b by adding 1 to both sides. So, my slope is 1, my y-intercept is 1. Make sure your final answer is in simplest form. Now we have a line with x-intercept 3, y-intercept -5, and we need to put it in the point slope form. All right, we need our slope and we need 1 point. Well, in order to find slope, we need 2 points here. So if our x-intercept is 3, our y value on this first point is 0. On our second point, if our y-intercept is -5, then our x-coordinate is going to be 0. So now we can use our first point and our second point and find out what slope is. Difference of your vertical, your y coordinates, difference of your horizontal x-coordinates. So my slope is 5/3. And we need 1 point. I'm going to use my first point here. You notice I like to use that first point. So my y is going to be 0. My slope is 5/3. And my x on that same point is going to be 3. Make sure you write this in simplest form. Okay, now we're going to graph a line. This is in slope-intercept form. So what is given here is my slope. Remember, that is rise over run. And my y-intercept, which is 1. So when you graph this, you always want to start at your y-intercept. Y-intercept is right here at +1. My slope is up 1, right 2, or I could do 2 negatives to get that positive slope. I can go down 1, left 2. Same line. Now we've got to graph a line in the point-slope form. Okay, so what's given here is my slope is -2, and my point, well, my x-coordinate is +4, but this says negative. So to get that positive, I have 2 negatives. So my x-coordinate is -4, and my y-coordinate will be 3. Once we find our slope and that point, start with your point. You're going to go left 4, up 3. My slope is -2. Remember, that's rise over run. So I go down 2, right 1. Graph each line. Y equals -3. So this actually is my y-intercept. Therefore, we're going to have a horizontal line, and it's going to intersect the y-axis at -3. Any point on this line will have a y-coordinate of -3. The only value changing here is your x-coordinate. A system of 2 linear equations and 2 variables represents 2 lines. The lines can be parallel, intersecting, or coinciding. Coinciding means they're the exact same line. Lines that coincide are the same line. All right, on your teaching transparency, when you compare 2 lines, if they have the same slope but different y-intercepts, then you have parallel lines. They will never intersect. When you have different slopes, doesn't really matter what your y-intercept is, your lines are going to intersect eventually. If you have the same slope and the same y-intercept, you have coinciding lines, therefore they are the same exact line. Determine whether the lines are parallel, intersecting, or coincide. So, we need to identify our slope and our y-intercept. Our slope and our y-intercept. Okay, so we have different slope. And we also have a different y-intercept. Therefore, these lines are eventually going to intersect. Okay, let's identify our slope and our y-intercept. Now on the second line, we need to put it in the point-slope form so we can identify our slope and our y-intercept. In order to do that, we need to isolate the variable y. By doing that, I'm going to divide everything by 6. So y equals negative 2 divided by 6 is a negative 1/3. 12 divided by 6 is 2. So, I have the same slope. I have different y-intercept. Therefore, these lines are parallel. They will never intersect. Okay, let's see what I got here. On number 9, I've got 2 lines here. And I'm going to convert them both into the slope-intercept form so I can identify my slope and my y-intercept. So on this one, I'm going to get rid of the 4x by adding it. Inverse of subtraction is addition. And then I'm trying to isolate that y, so I'm going to divide by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So my slope is 2. My y-intercept is 8. And then on this second line, I'm going to go ahead and distribute. So that I can isolate my variable y by taking the inverse of subtraction. And negative 2 plus 10 is a positive 8. So my slope is 2, my y-intercept is 8. I have same slope. I have same y-intercept. Therefore, these lines coincide. They are the exact same line. And that's it.